Now, here's the thing. Both of these movies, How to Make a Monster 2001 and How to Make a Monster 1958, I can only find them on YouTube.
That's
Now,
weird.
what's crazy is I did double check because you told me this movie has boobies, and the boobies are on the YouTube version.
That was my selling point for you.
I
I was
was
like,
like,
hey, man, let's watch this movie.
I was like,
There's
I don't want to be
giant tatas.
I don't want to be watching some edited for TV version of this shit. So I might not edit this one too much. I might, I might just put some.
Just leave it as is, man.
I probably will cover up the boobies just to be safe.
Nah,
but,
if the giant titties are already out there, you might as well.
Yeah, but the point is, it's like you guys want to be perverts, you can go watch this other dude's channel, find the boobies. But I'm definitely going to try to not put too much overlay on it and sticking to the Schlocktober. Also, Dracula 2000. Hoping to get away with no overlay on that because that movie's also up on YouTube for some reason for free. So who knows? We'll see.
Sometimes you find some weird movies for free on YouTube.
Now, this is funny, though, because technically we're watching this first, even though How to Make a Monster October 11th premieres at midnight. This version will premiere about 2:30 on the same day. So greetings from the past, everyone listening. But as far as like
we would be from the future. We would be from the future. Yeah.
You had suggested that, because I had told you about the big Schlocktober list, and you were like, have you ever seen How to Make a Monster? And I was like, dude, I'm not lying. Almost put it on the list. And I put it on the list, 1958 version, and you were like, oh, no, I was talking about this 2001 version. I was like, oh, well, let's just do both.
I didn't even realize that this was it's supposed to be like a remake. Like, I looked it up after the fact.
I don't think it's a remake. I think it just has the same title.
It was inspired by, the titles were inspired. So I looked it up. So there's a few, and honestly, I would love to do this again in the future after we do this, because there was essentially several movies that I think Cinemax is the ones that did this, that used the same name as older horror films, but were very different. Like one was like Earth
this
versus
one
the Spider,
made for TV. This movie was made for TV, which I found weird because there's boobies in it. So
it was made for Cinemax. Which
Hell
is
yeah!
like, yeah.
I will be down to find all these other ones. It sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, I think one of them was called Earth versus the Spider or something like that, and it's like basically like a horror movie version of Spider-Man, which I totally think is right up our alley. So nice. I definitely would be willing to check that one out with you too.
Hell yeah!
It might not get it in soon enough for this Schlocktober.
No, I'm already planning for Schlocktober 2024. Right. And also maybe doing some of these public domain like noir movies and action movies during the spring. We'll see. But yeah, Uninspired, he's been on already a few times. He's going to come on next Tuesday to record 2 more because he's loving.
That dude is everywhere, man.
But he loves these. He loves these old movies like I do. It's like I have to twist people's arms.
He's from Ghana, so like a lot of these movies are like new to him.
Well, they're new to me too. Yeah, I don't know any of these movies. Like watching these old movies has been a trip. It's definitely been fun. Some of them, the 70s ones are a little more schlocky, but these old time 50s ones that we'll get to, those are also fun. But it's funny because this movie, I always liked Rob Zombie because he had this he liked the old monster movies, and he has a song called How to Make a Monster, which I always, reference when I think of this title. How to make a monster, baby, how to get it on. Yeah, go zombie.
I'm not a big Rob Zombie guy, but that sounds like something he would say.
I'm not big into the goth stuff, the Halloweeny metal music too much, but I like Rob Zombie the most because he took himself like the least serious.
I recall that. There was a lot of him like basically making.
He's
fun
like,
of
hey man,
videos.
you like hot chicks and Bela Lugosi movies? Marilyn Manson was like, yeah, life sucks and we're all gonna die. And I was like, that's a little too heavy for me.
I will say Marilyn Manson did the best, the most creative thing I've ever seen to stop people like paparazzi from taking his picture, and that was he just drew fuck all over his face. Yeah.
Pretty good. Nowadays, people that eat it up, nobody cares anymore. How jaded everyone's gotten, how the bar has lowered.
That was what, like 15, 20 years ago when he did that. That was like,
well, this movie, this movie's 22 years old, which is crazy. So let's begin.
I remember watching this like randomly one evening for absolutely no reason. I was just up really late and started playing, and I was like, what the hell is this?
Oh, is this going to be the Cinemax Schlocktober thing you were talking about? This is the intro, probably, right? We'll find some more.
I think so. Yeah.
Creature features from Cinemax.
Features, that's it. Yeah.
We're gonna find all of these. So yeah, that's fun. I do like this stuff. And like I said, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, this actually has really high production value.
Stan Winston. I'm seeing Stan Winston
as well. Yeah.
We watched Pumpkinhead 1 and 2. Those are premiering on November 1st. Halloween Eve.
Was Pumpkinhead 1 really good? Pumpkinhead 2 really weird.
Right.
Really strange.
Also, it's like I'm reading how Pumpkinhead 3 and 4 are like nothing to do with the second one. Second one's kind of standalone.
I've seen 3 and 4 to be honest.
Right. We'll save those for next year too. But the thing is, like, we watched Pumpkinhead 1 and then we watched Pumpkinhead 2 and we're like, you know what? We could probably combine these into one video.
So have you actually watched it? Because I haven't watched this in years.
Never seen this.
Some of these reactions are going to be pretty genuine.
All I know is, Tyler Mane's in it. Sabretooth.
Yeah, Sabretooth.
He's a wrestler.
The only other thing he was a wrestler. Yes, he was. And Jason Marsden, not James Marsden.
Now, I know Jason Marsden. He was in an episode of Tales from the Crypt called Under Parlor. He was in, he's got that, he looks like a Robin type character, like a little boy face.
Julie Strain, she's the massive pair of jugs in this movie. She was unfortunately passed away a couple years ago, but she was known for Heavy Metal 2000 specifically.
Nice.
She was like she often played like that like goth armor chick in a lot of things. She's she was like a large woman, but not like a BBW large. Like she was like 5'11". Like she was a big chick. And she like looked like normal with like what is that? The like a broadsword. Like she looked like a person that should be wielding one of those. So
Wonder Woman style.
Yes,
Linda Carter. Linda Carter. There you go.
But like Linda Carter with like an extra like 25 pounds
of silicone.
This is a long intro. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, it's everyone's getting their popcorn ready because when it's a TV movie, it's like, honey, kids, How to Make a Monster starting. I don't think you'd watch this movie with your kids, would you?
I mean, if you don't know Julie Strain gets topless, you're fine. And I'm unfortunately giving away the big twist of this movie is that she gets topless.
Does she get naked or does she have like a full blown sex scene? Because I mean, this.
Nah, you'll see. I don't want to give it away.
Right. George Huang.
Wonging it up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that music was very, very setting a tone. Whoa, is this a video game?
So I will give you a little background. They are making a video game in this movie. That's
okay.
the monster they're making.
I was terrified that these were the movie's graphics for a second here. I was like, what?
No. It's now, if you look at this,
it's a little Pokemon. It's a Pokemon game.
So this is them like test playing it.
Back then in the day.
Yeah, this would have been decent graphics for 2001 video
I need you
games.
to fill out these test cards.
These cookies are going to blank your memory so you won't remember anything about the game.
And then in your own words, just tell us what you think of the game.
Now,
I've seen her in other things too, but I can't recall.
Faculty. She's in The Faculty and a few other horror movies.
Yeah.
She was playing like the angsty drug girl in Faculty. Was she in Girl Interrupted too? And
possibly.
She's always.
I haven't
playing...
seen those movies in a long time.
Only escape. Be afraid? Do these kids
Be very afraid.
You guys are so camp.
Evolution. That's actually a pretty good title.
But who's gonna finish the game?
Grown men with backpacks. Such a Silicon Valley look, you know.
This is all about.
Yeah, I mean, I carry a backpack.
Yeah, I was gonna say, a grown man with backpack. It's like autism, OCD, weird, you know.
I mean, you don't have to continue explaining who I am. It's fine.
That's what I'm saying. I have backpacks too. In fact, I have a clear backpack with all my camping shit in it. One of those one of those clear backpacks that kids are forced to have.
Oh yeah. Like
I love
the
it.
stadium ones.
I love it because I've got so much random crack in my go bag, and it's like, oh, where's my flashlight? Where are my condoms or pain pills or whatever I need? It's like batteries, whatever. It's all I can fit.
You know who doesn't need condoms? This
Tyler
guy right
Mane.
here. He does. He is just automatic. Testosterone. It's crazy.
That's what all the steroids will do to you, man. Especially when you start taking them young. Hell yeah. I'm going to do that if I ever have a son. Oh, this
This is
guy.
that guy,
Yeah.
Jason Marsden.
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 I don't really know why, but most people say that I'm annoying.
I like how he's got
This is what
zits.
Yeah, they put zits on. He really fits the part.
You never see characters in movies with zits. They happen all the time, you know? especially like in stressful situations. You know, like you never see like the bad guy or the hero getting like a huge like stress pimple on his forehead because of all the action happening over the course of a few days.
So this is actually a really good, like I said, by standards of like these kind of cheaper movies, the production value is pretty good.
Definitely
and
having
number two,
Tales from the Crypt vibe.
Yeah, and number two, whoever wrote the script did a pretty good job of doing a lot of setup here. I'm not going to give away too much, but there's a lot of little things that they're saying and doing that come into play, and they're introducing everybody quick. Bam, bam, bam. You know, very
video game
very
programmers,
efficient,
right?
Yeah, very efficient script writing, and you learn everything you need to learn about these guys quickly.
Yeah, we got to get to the monster shit.
They will give this game muscle, insanity,
Muscle.
attitude.
I like
Yeah,
how
I mean, the movie is only, it's listed here as an hour and 30 minutes, but
tight.
we have
Tight-
the
tight
intro
90.
and all that stuff. Yeah, it's like a tight 80, to be honest with you.
I love the tight 80, tight 90. See, that's the thing is these horror Schlocktober movies, a lot of them are like a loose 65, and they still feel like a long-ass movie. God, he's huge.
Just look, yeah, I mean, Tyler Mane, I think, is like 6'6" or something like that, and the other guys are essentially...
My biggest problem was him never coming back as Sabretooth. I mean, Liev Schreiber's great, but I want my...
He looks like Sabretooth.
Yeah, I want my quiet Sabretooth who barely speaks.
Tyler Mane has the size and the presence of Sabretooth, whereas Liev Schreiber just kind of looked like a regular dude with claws.
You think he's called Tyler Mane because he's got like a lion's mane, but it's really because when you see him, you're like, man, holy shit.
I'm just the intern.
She's the cookie girl. She just makes cookies for everyone, apparently.
I mean, I'm gonna look up how tall he is. He's fucking enormous, man.
That's got to be like close to 7, 6'9", 6'8".
Sure you are. Who sent you?
Tyler Mane.
Because I tell you, this guy, the little guy's probably like 5'8",
6'9". Okay, he's taller than 6'6". He's 6'9".
So that means little guy is like 5'6", 5'7".
Yeah, he's basically two of him.
Where's it at?
There,
Where's the game?
The other programmers actually locked us out. I
Oh.
tried to call, but they couldn't.
Guys,
You heard
So,
that. Let's work.
yeah, basically,
They have to jailbreak some
I don't know if
game.
you guys caught it, and I'll just give a brief in there. So, Tyler Mane, a.k.a. Hardcore, is essentially the weapon and combat programmer. The level designer is Bug, who's the smaller dude here. And then,
Insanity.
I forget what the other character's name is.
Black
They'll-
dude,
they'll say it.
he does the tech specs or something, right?
Yeah.
He's the actual programmer.
But they're essentially like a dream team of like misfits.
We're gonna turn our shitty game into a good game with these
guys, I'm just
mercenaries of the pixel world.
Yeah, they're basically mercenaries, like guys you bring in to fix your shitty game.
Yeah, I mean, because we
trying
saw
to
them
remember what
beginning.
his
They're
name
getting
is
they're getting
all the
terrible test scores on their stupid maze game.
Another piece of shit.
Baird, what congenital imbecile hired these quasi-coders?
This is weak. This is
Quasi-coders.
Butcher goggles, cyber gloves. This is weak.
This is grim.
But can you
No
make it
cyber
work?
gloves, guys. When I play a video game, first thing I ask is, are there cyber
Guys,
gloves?
you remember Faye Clayton, the money?
I love how the hair is basically exactly the same for both of the women in this movie.
Who's
But
this
yeah, we just
actress?
4 weeks?
I
think it's
don't even know who
3,
she
2, 1
is.
When I say no fucking way.
I know her.
4 weeks.
She's
4
from
weeks,
some
that's not
terrible
enough.
movie.
Develop the,
Let's
architecture
find out,
plans
shall we?
for the 3D
Please.
sound. My speakers are.
I thought these guys were good.
Let's see. So she's Colleen Camp.
She's
They are?
older lady
They already
playing
have
something
that
as an
system.
older lady.
I know you guys are bad.
Is she the
but I'm
one
not
from
sure you're
fucking
real bright.
Observe and
So
Report?
I'm going to make this pep
Is
talk
that-
No, hold
real
on.
simple. 3 things you need to
No,
know.
no, no. You know what
Number
she's from? She's from
one,
Clue.
We don't have any.
There you go.
Production starts
She's
with
the
one
maid
month
from
without
Clue.
a monster,
Hell yeah.
much less
Just
to
put
be-
blonde hair on her.
That's
You're right.
This here.
I knew she was a fox when she was younger.
Forget the plugins. Forget
I
the
don't.
sound.
I think
She's
that's not looking her up now.
yeah, I see her. Hey, you know, she's also in Police Academy. That's what I know her from. Die Hard with a Vengeance. She's she's the one helping evacuating the school with the bomb.
Yes.
Fuck yeah, dude. Okay, thank you. It's that kind of shit where as soon as you see her, I stop paying attention to the movie and it's just like, who's this actress? It's gonna bother me the whole movie.
I was watching. Have you watched Only Murders in the Building at all?
No, I know the show though.
It's not bad. It's
Steve Martin,
the
right?
first Steve Martin
Yeah.
Short. And I was watching the newest season recently, and I was listening And I was like, I know this woman, this random actress's like voice. I know this. I'm finally looking up. I'm like, fucking Rugrats. She was like the older sister of
Phil or
Grandpa.
Lil? Oh, okay.
No. She was like Grandpa's older sister from like 3 episodes. And I
Damn,
was
that's
like, how did
specific.
I know that?
Yeah. Dude, I swear to God, like I'll have random jingles in my head, like, and it'll be like, oh, it's the Silver Bullet theme. And I'm like, oh, I should watch Silver
Well,
Bullet.
you're a music guy, so for you, that's like once you have a jingle, it's stuck in your head forever, basically.
You got 4 weeks to get it right, people.
4 weeks. That's like
4 weeks to
that's-
build a whole game.
That's less than half the time I had to fucking record all these Schlocktober videos, man. It's 35 movies I have to watch in like 2.5 weeks. Next week's gonna be busy. By the way,
I
if
feel
you're
like I've been away
available,
from my channel.
if you're
for a
available for
while, but
3 or 4 videos, let me know, man. If you, I told
I'll see what I can
Uninspired,
do
I told
for you.
Uninspired the
It's
same thing. It's like he's coming in Tuesday afternoon, but it's like anytime before or after, you got an hour and change to
September
kill.
has been crazy for me,
Yeah.
man.
I made
It's been
September crazy on
nuts.
purpose, so I could chill next month and let everything kind of be on autopilot, save for a few streams I got to be on. The fish tank like that. Okay, good. I was like, how do you feed it? Okay. Yeah, I love it when my employees like shoot weapons near my head.
People stuff spy, especially mine.
You eat the fish food?
Feed the fish.
I feed the
He
fish.
keeps like his like weapons in like the fish tank,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call this cabinet.
Listen, I only feed the fish twice a day, and I feed them with my special protein jelly. No one's allowed to watch me make it. I like how,
He
yeah,
has like all these weapons. It's insanity.
it's like you can't just like take pictures of them and use them for reference. You have to have the physical model.
Why do you waste time with those damn things?
The fish?
Yeah, I don't really know exactly why. I mean, it comes into play a little
You
later,
want to make it in this
but
world,
right now it doesn't make much sense.
What the hell's wrong with this guy? Oh, I guess he's named Hardcore for a reason.
Program for damage.
Program for damage, PFD. I thought he was saying PDF wrong for a second there.
So basically, he's testosterone overload the whole time. I think I said that earlier, but he's supposed to be representative of, I think, the like toxic nature of some gaming.
Is that why we all like him the best?
Probably.
Is that why he's the coolest
Nice
motherfucker?
Evil Dead poster there.
Yeah,
Nice reference
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
That's how you slip like certain references into movies that you normally wouldn't be able to get away with by just being like, oh yeah, we're paying homage to it in the background.
Ooh, you got the old-timey kitchen. You little feller.
You guys, can't you enter rooms like normal people?
I'm sorry.
And does he look like a normal person to you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's my
It's
fault.
like Rick Moranis' little cousin, Jimmy
Yeah.
Moranis.
And you know the story about Rick Moranis, right? Like why he doesn't act anymore?
Yes, it's very sad. He does country
Yeah.
music now.
Something? Acme Buster.
I always wondered, he's one of those guys that's in that list of what if kind of actors. Like what if things went differently for them?
Yeah.
Because he was doing really well.
My
and
favorite,
then, he had
my
to
favorite was
change
when
his life around.
there was a video of like a black dude attacking a random guy in New York, punching the fuck out of him and stealing his money, and then you find out the guy in the video that he punches Rick Moranis,
Really? I didn't know
famous,
that. I'll have to look that
famous
up.
widower and actor. It's like, good God, he's already had it rough enough as it is. That's the kind of thing where like his homeboys would find out, like, hey, you did that? We got to kick your ass, bro. We all like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Like, that was the keymaster. You're not the gatekeeper. Get the fuck out of here.
What the fuck? This is on YouTube. All right, real violence. I like it.
Antics will not slow me down, bug you pimple dick runt.
Okay.
I'm still not able to remember this dude's name.
It just
in the
shows how, like, the guy, hardcore, you'd think that'd be something hardcore would be doing, watching all the death videos and lashing out, but hardcore just wants to have fun.
I think he's the AI programmer, if I recall correctly, and I think he's trying to basically cram.
That's why he's so jaded, because he knows like
Yeah.
the truth. He's all disillusioned about the real world.
Yeah, he's trying to program death and hatred into a character.
Yeah, you got to make the bad guys dangerous. Gotta hate it when the games are just boring, repeating. This RoboCop game looks cool, but it just looks like it's gonna be the same shit over and over. Just shoot the guys, clear the room. I don't know. It's got to
I
be
haven't
like
even seen anything about that. There's a RoboCop game coming out?
yeah, it looks pretty cool in terms of like the RoboCop aesthetic, but yeah, it just seems like the gameplay is going to get old real fast. If the game's like 2-3 hours long, that'd be cool. But I feel like unless it's like Doom where like the action is the fucking the challenge of killing all these people. The new Doom games are insane.
I like them, but they eventually get a little boring to me when I'm
Yeah, they are repetitive, but
how
it's like
repetitive can
it's
I
like
get?
challenge. It's like Minesweeper or Galaga. You know, the games just get harder and harder. But yeah, the method is none of this duck and cover shit. You want to survive, you have to kill. You want power ups and ammo and health, you have to kill. And it's
You want to get out of this game? Kill.
Yeah.
You know, you mentioned Minesweeper. I think I'm the only person in my life that actually knows how to play Minesweeper.
My father was addicted to it. I loved it. I like that game.
Yeah, and most people don't even know what the numbers mean in Minesweeper. And you know what? We're not going to tell them. Figure it out on your own.
Yeah, dude.
You'll get one psycho monster.
Oh, man. Yeah, there you go. He was just explaining it, that he was essentially downloading all of the worst of human history into a monster for the game.
Nice. I'm hoping this monster breaks out to the real world, or people get stuck somehow into a video game. That seems...
Well, we'll have to see, because I might know if one of those, or both of them, or neither are correct.
I don't see a thing.
File deleted. My bendy sword. Those bendy swords are awesome, because they make, like, your wounds not close.
Yeah, it's like, I think they're called like kukris or something like that, or something. No, the kukri is like a curved sword.
Yeah,
that one's a cat. I'll look it up. I remember it has a very specific name.
It's hurting. These guys are
the POTUS.
Yeah, Faye, I know it's your money, but we can't afford another overload.
Another overload?
I am being professional.
I mean, isn't that the whole point of an overload? Like, you know, how do you overload?
It's a mega overload.
Hello?
Yeah, I can't look it up.
Mega load. Giga load.
I'm going to remember it later when we're off the stream.
Don't worry about it. It'll be like in the middle of the fucking monster attack at the end of the movie. You'll be like, oh!
Well, you know why that happens, right? Why, like, you'll just randomly remember stuff later in the day if you know you're no longer... It's because your brain is, like, is subconsciously trying to figure it out, because our brains essentially can't accept not knowing an answer, no matter what we do. So while you go on with your day, your brain is still trying to figure out what the hell you couldn't figure out earlier.
Definitely sounds like a man thing to do.
It's total subconscious too. It's not something that we can control. That's why a lot of times it'll happen when you're about to fall asleep, because you're no longer actively using your brain as much.
Dude.
So your subconscious is able to like find the thing.
That's why
more easily. Like all the resistances are gone.
That's why when I see the stupid actress, I have to figure out where she's from right away, or it is going to bother me. Literally.
I will say that the internet age and being on phones has severely helped that, because you remember.
Right.
You're about the same.
You have to go
age as
weeks.
me.
You have to go weeks or months, or like you have to look at your video catalog, and be like, what is going on? Where do I know her from?
My father used to win a lot, and I mean a lot of money in barroom bets for like sports statistics. Because he just knew that shit off the top of his head. And nowadays, people would look it up before taking the bet. But like back then, it would be like, oh, how many touchdowns did this guy get in this situation? Or how many
only
home runs
people,
this guy hit
only
this
people
season?
would like bet on that kind of shit. You know, like nobody's dumb enough to be like, oh, that person's not in that movie. You're wrong.
Yeah.
I'd be like, bro, I bet you
it's the nerd
$5. Bet you $5. This is the lady from Die Hard with a Vengeance. Bet you, you know.
What was it? I was having a real bad day at work the other day, and some guy, one of the guys I work with, and I didn't mean this to be like a threat, but he was like, hey, I'm going to take you down. How long do you think you can last? I was like, if you can last a minute, I'd give you $1,000. Because I was in a really bad mood. Kind of like Tyler Mane right now, trying to commit a hate crime with a mace.
It's one of those things where even Tyler Mane was like, yo, if you can last a minute with me for $1,000, I'd be like, dude, even if I'd probably get my ass kicked, but there's a chance I could get $1,000. Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's $1,000 or free ass kicking. What's the worst that can happen?
But at least it's an ass kicking from a celebrity.
I mean, is Tyler Mane really a celebrity though? Like, how many movies has he even been in?
But the point is, he wouldn't really kick my ass. You know, he'd probably just rough me up a little. It's not like he's super pissed at me. He's gonna beat me to an inch of my life. It's gonna be like, all right, guy.
He was just threatening a guy with a mace. I'm just saying.
Yeah. If we could have weapons, though, I would definitely go for it.
Well, you're in Texas, so you definitely have like
Yeah.
a gun involved. Yeah, he's been actually in a decent. He was actually in a couple of movies recently.
Good for him.
He was in Doom Patrol.
A guy this big should be in movies. You know what I mean? Ooh, a woman that big. They're the same
Yeah,
height.
I told you she's a large woman.
So they're both wrestlers. Do they know each other before this movie?
No, Julie Strain was. I don't think she was a wrestler. She was just a large
God
glamour
damn, she
actress.
should have been a fucking. Did you get famous? Yeah, playing like crazy wrestler type characters, like
like big warrior ladies.
Femalien and the female Terminator or whatever, the Herminator.
The Herminator. Yeah, but
oh, that's just a guy named Herman. Never mind. You know, we had a burger.
Unfortunately,
at
she
Specs.
had a very hold that thought. So she had a brain injury from a horse accident, and it eventually caused dementia and her death. It's unfortunate, but now we get to see her boobies, so that it makes you know.
Those goddamn horses. They took Superman, and then they took this woman.
My agent said this was an acting gig, and I only drive.
Dude, this is like Elvira meets Trinity meets Wonder Woman.
Require a lot of acting, but in our line of business, we call it a
It's
motion
quite a look.
Yeah, she was married to someone.
I gotta say.
She was married to Kevin Eastman.
Oh,
of
Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles fame.
Wow, what a pervert he must be. I bet you he's like he's probably like nipple height on her, right? Or is he a huge dude?
I don't know. I've never met Kevin Eastman. Every convention I've ever gone to, the line has always been way too long.
I can't even place what the guy looks like in my head, you know? But I gotta say, those big fake titties, they look good in a dress. They look good in clothes.
My agent said no nudity.
Green screen. I like how they were gonna use the green screen
Miss
bra.
Julie, we need to scan you, and in order to get the best digital transfer, it's essential to keep all analog interference to a minimum.
Which means no jewelry, no shoes, and no clothes.
Hey, we just want to get all you in the computer, honey.
I love how we got
Wink.
quiet here.
You boys want to see the big guns? We renegotiate.
Yeah, I'm kind of like wondering, like, is this YouTube censored gonna... I'm shocked that there's gonna be literally titties in a minute.
I want in on the IPO, I want preferred stock, and none of this crap that you dump on the pension funds. And I want it in writing.
She knows how to negotiate with them titties, like most
I love
women
how
do.
they're just like, yeah, sure, whatever. We have no power to negotiate.
They
those
basically
shit,
like
whatever.
signed ownership of the game away to her. They don't even realize it. Oh, God, he almost fucking hit his head on the door frame. He has to like.
He's a very large human being.
Like Tyler Maine's gonna walk in frame right here and just like, you know, boom, boom, like walking up that way like a damn giant.
That's Julie Strain height.
She's got to be like 6 something. You said
6'1".
Yeah, I was like,
that's by female standards, that's enormous.
Yeah, I mean, you saw how tall she was to Martin over here.
Yeah.
What's his nerd name?
Bug.
Bug, of course.
This game's as scary as white rice without my AI engine.
Yeah, but without
Scary as white rice. What the fuck? Weren't you the guy watching like all the Hitler execution videos and shit?
Well, he's saying it's scary as white rice without that program.
It's not scary. I gotcha. Hey, those are 2 giant titties.
Yeah.
What
I
the
told
fuck?
you.
I'm gonna leave a YouTube comment and be like, hey, thanks for the nudity. What the hell? Why is this allowed?
It just slips through.
So where's my mark?
Yeah, I guess like the pixelation doesn't pick up the nipples. They're too flesh colored.
Hey, is this thing safe?
Absolutely.
Oh, 100%.
Of course. Completely.
Well, she does look very silly, but whatever. Jump and bounce them for us.
Up and down so I can calibrate the system.
Genuinely,
Are you glad I picked this movie?
Yeah,
Are you
genuinely
glad?
entertaining part of the movie. Yes.
Okay, my turn.
I like how they're like not acting professional at all. Again, very heavy metal. This is definitely like I'm getting heavy metal references here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just he's typing nonsense.
I do like how we've both also shut up.
Yeah,
It's definitely it's playing along. It's art imitating life right now, or life imitating art. I'm not really sure, but once again, it is a shame that this woman passed away. But I'm not minding this theme very at all. So
I like how he's like resting his head on Tyler's elbow here. You know, like all the scans have been deleted. We'll have to do it again. Sorry. Is she getting like electrocuted? Watch out.
Now.
Guys, this suit's getting really hot. Help. Take it off me. Take it off. It's burning.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's even like doesn't look that small compared to Tyler Mane.
Yeah. Yeah, they're about. That's what I was saying. They'd make a good couple. They're about the same height.
They'd make some very large human beings.
Hopefully. Put the fridge in the corner like that. That's so weird.
There's that caddy corner. It was weird.
I didn't like that at all. My OCD was like saying no to that. I
used to have my desk caddy corner. Now I bought a L-shaped desk because it just helps.
I mean, being in the corner is great, but yeah, you gotta have a L-shaped something or other. If you had an L-shaped fridge, that'd be awesome. I'd be like, whoa, how do I get one of those?
I'm surprised that they don't make more things that are designed for corners like that.
Well, because you only got 4 corners in a room, probably, and
yeah, but I mean, like we get 4 corners in a room, but you have plenty of room. So I would assume that like you could have like appliances that are shaped for corners.
This is why these videos are fair use, because someone would be like, you know, hey, I want to watch how to make a monster on YouTube. It's for free. And then they pick this video, and it's like we're talking about catty-corning fridges.
Yes. That's what I like about your channel, though, is it's really not about the movie. It's about the experience.
The movie's just helping us like go like freeform our thought process and do the riffing. The movie's just kind of helping us talk about subject matter, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So like this kid's high waters, you know? This is
that's why I've always enjoyed coming on your channel. I don't get to do it as often as I'd like to, but you know, sometimes I do it from work.
Oh, right.
But you know, it's like it's always like a really, just like you said, it's free form. You don't. If I come in with zero knowledge of the topic, it doesn't matter.
Yep. In fact, I'd encourage you to come in because I always like a straight man on, you know, to balance things out.
Oh, well, I better leave then because it's gay o'clock over here. So
yeah. Talking about Tyler fucking Maine's muscles for 30 minutes, you know, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how they pulled it off, but that shirt is somehow making him look not particularly muscular. Dude, I've seen this dude when he was a wrestler.
He's elbow height to that guy. That dude's like literally at his elbows.
Remind us again why you're the boss.
Can you imagine being that tall?
Right.
I mean, I'm 6'1".
Could you imagine if you're like walking somewhere and you turn around and you bump into a person, but your eye hits their elbow? That's like a giant.
There was there's a venue in Jersey, a very legendary music venue called the Stone Pony, and they have quite possibly the largest human being I've ever met in my life as one of their bouncers. This big black dude. He's got to be like about the same height as Tyler Mane, 6'9", 6'10", somewhere in that range. Probably about 380. Like this dude is huge. And one time I saw a guy at there, and he was getting rowdy. And the guy who was getting rowdy was also a big guy, probably about like 6'3", 6'4". You know, probably about a solid 285. And he's getting rowdy in the crowd, and the big black dude walks up behind him, and he bumps into the big black dude. And all of a sudden, he turns around, and this large human being that probably would make most people look small is looking up at this guy, and like you could sense the shit coming out in his pants. It was like ridiculous.
He's probably like, finally, someone taller than me. He's like,
hey, can you reach this for me?
Yeah, another person who knows my pain. They just start hugging, you know, like, oh, God, nobody else understands.
So if I recall correctly, this is your arbitrary, everybody has to test the game moment.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's a clever title, Evolution. Why is it that's the name of this movie?
Stay Alive?
I know Staying Alive with John Travolta.
No, Stay Alive. It was like a shitty like 2004 kind of movie similar to this with like video games, but like the video game would kill people in the real world.
Hell yeah.
That's another one we could probably check out.
Dude,
Fuck it, let's keep the theme.
I like that one and Brain Scan. Brain Scan's been on the list for a while of the Dorkside we watches. So yeah, all these video games that kill you movies are so fun.
There was definitely like a push in the mid 2000s, like early to mid 2000s, to be like, yeah, video games are dangerous.
But just why is this movie not called Evolution? That's a way better title, right?
Because they were making a reference to.
Gotcha. Stop the evolution. Game on. Oh, I thought it was a game over. I was like, God, what the hell? Pikachu! That's Pikachu! What the fuck? That was literally Pikachu, right? Did I imagine that?
No, it looked exactly like Pikachu.
It's just like Pikachu lost a little weight.
Pikachu has already lost a lot of weight over the years.
Oh my god, that's definitely an army of Pikachus. Yeah, Pikachu has... Yeah, I remember you talking about this. Pikachu losing weight.
I lost an entire Discord server with that shit.
Christ. We're going to have to do a comic book episode soon and check in on that server. We'll do that in the springtime.
Yeah. Springtime for Hitler. That's what they would call it. Because
yeah,
that's
we'll do
how they feel about me.
I'll compile a dossier from the server. Oh, rip your spine out of your belly.
Then I'll have to tell all the story, like the stories of that. I'm not gonna like use them, tell them in this stream. But.
Yeah, we just look forward to that one. I like how these
Trust
monsters
me, if
are
if you guys want a weird fucking story, I'll tell you that is one of the weirdest stories you'll ever hear.
Yeah, it'll be called the comic book episode, but it'll really be like about like this crazy backstabbing history. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
I'm sorry, I cut you off before you were saying something.
Don't worry about it. I was gonna say, like, it's funny how like these demons are like running around with no skin, like like no wonder they're attacking everybody.
Yeah, it's part of like basically they haven't fully rendered things yet. That's one of the problems. They even showed that some of the walls and stuff are green data.
I thought that was a good look. Keep that actually. So.
Pac-Man was so popular, it was a whole metaphor for the 80s. It's like all the power and greed, gobble up as much as you can, as fast as you can.
I love when nerds do this kind of shit, have these like these really deep conversations about old games.
Yeah. I love when
about Pac-Man, you know about this, you know about that.
Glasses don't work. Yeah, they don't. That's just bad. Loser.
So it's funny because, like, I gotta say, I am happy that with the YouTube subtitles. My big problem with movies on YouTube is the subtitles are all fucked up usually. This one's
well, it depends if they're auto-generated subtitles. Or
these are auto-generated, and I'm like, they seem to be pretty okay. They were a little wrong earlier, but Christ, dude, there's been like a few of these we watches where it's like we gotta turn the subtitles off. They're like nonsense. They're just confusing us.
I would just leave them on at that point. Sometimes they're even better. Like you get some, especially if it's somebody who has an accent, you'll get some ridiculous shit.
Restoring backup on the C drive.
Saul, you make those fixes to the game.
Saul, that's his name. Okay, they finally said it.
Saul good, man. That's playing with his balls.
I do like that how he has. Yeah, he's got like the, what do they call those? They're tension balls or whatever.
Yeah, I got a few of them. I got a couple pairs of them. Never use them.
I had one pair when I was like younger, and they had like bells inside of them.
Those have them,
which actually, which kind of just made me more stressed. So it kind of like defeated the purpose.
Did I have some? Yeah, I didn't really. I'm like a pretty stress-free guy. If anything, I used them for like my drumming, you know, because like they help with like your fingers, your arthritis, you know.
Yeah, you're like and your dexterity.
Yeah, you want to keep doing those, especially like if you're like on the computer using the goddamn keyboard and the mouse all the time. Fuck, or drawing.
Yeah. So basically, literally everything you do, drawing, keyboarding.
I can't wait till I can't even make a fist. That'll happen one of these days. You know, when
probably gonna happen like next week.
Yeah. It'll be like later in my year. That's why I'm trying to get all the shit out of the way in my middle years.
It's an extension of our own humanity.
Work on a comic book or two. Make these dumb YouTube videos before my hands stop working from all the drumming and drawing.
Well, so mine don't require like too much in the way of dexterous movements for my editing. It's pretty much just laying clips down and stuff. But you in your everyday life, you draw and stuff, and that's I've seen like comic artists who drew hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of panels over the course of decades, and their hands just don't look
hammer fingers or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, they're just like stuck in a permanent claw. Walt Simonson, who's one of the coolest dudes in the world, has like he's got to be like 72 or 73, and like he's essentially stuck in drawing position. Like he can't like extend his back up. It's like that dude's done some of the greatest artwork in the history of comics too. So it was worth his sacrifice, I guess. Let's see, how old is he? Walt Simonson. 77. Wow, he's actually older than I thought.
Old motherfuckers.
I have right next to me. Actually, I have a one.
You do it on all the streams. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll explain it. I have a cover that he drew. It was a sketch for me that he did of it's half the face is Beta Ray Bill, the other half is Thor.
Hell yeah.
So, I do it on every stream, and a lot of times, sometimes I plan that. I will admit it. Like when I was on like open bar.
Yeah,
once,
the funny thing is, I know you didn't plan that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's so fucking funny.
On open bar one time I planned it and people saw through that shit, so I never did it again. Now they're very natural. Like somebody asked a question when I had Drinker on. They were like, "Oh, what do you think about Booster Gold?" And I literally had just happened to buy Booster Gold's first appearance that day.
Weird.
Or like, well, that week, and it showed up like a day before that. It's like it's most 99% of the time those are not planned. The one time it was, people saw through it.
Well, your secret is safe on my stupid channel. On the
I'm not. It's not. I mean, it's. I'm telling the truth. You know, it's like I've the one time that I tried it, and people were like, "Oh yeah, bullshit.
This is gay, fake and gay."
It's because I'm always constantly buying and like reselling and redoing comics.
Well, I see why people would be bringing up and buying Booster Gold because James Gunn just announcing that Booster Gold's coming, and everyone's like, "Oh, Booster Gold."
Yeah, I was able to snag a copy because a buddy of mine was like, "Hey, do you have the first Booster Gold?" And I was like, "No, why?" He's like, "You should get it." And I immediately snagged it. I was like, "Okay, cool." And I got it for cheap. Like, I guess people didn't raise the prices yet.
Is that a supercomputer or is that just like a crazy light? Yeah, that's a computer. Okay.
Yeah, it was like a server.
Overloading.
Yeah, it's funny because like the servers nowadays still pretty much look exactly the same as that. They're basically big cabinets.
Dude, yeah, being in a server farm is weird. We had one at the Irwin Center, and there's a little one, but still.
But that's impossible, unless... Oh yeah, my AI chip.
Yeah, his AI chip.
Like, if I was a homeless dude, definitely try to, like, find some kind of computer warehouse or something, because there's going to be air conditioning in there.
Yeah.
Camp out, break in there, and fucking take a break from the heat.
So this is where the game starts to get a little sorry,
harder.
The movie. Yeah.
Hey, what's his name? Willow.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Oh, the power surge had something to do with downloading or uploading something into so-and-so. Is this the armor that the naked lady wore?
Yeah, this was like the test suit.
Hello?
Is that naked lady going to come back? I hope so.
No.
Shit. That was all the titties?
She should have just been in every scene in the movie, just naked.
Yeah, she, like, leaves the movie entirely?
Yeah, well, yeah, she was just there to, like...
She doesn't get killed or anything, at least? Fuck.
No, unfortunately.
I gotta tell you how much more amazing this movie would have been. You remake it, but it's like the topless woman character, the storm cuts the power off, and now for some reason she wants to leave, but she can't.
Yeah.
And all of her clothes are locked outside of where they're locked in. So, like, she is, like, literally the naked woman character. That would be amazing. If, like, the rest of this movie had this, like, naked giant bitch as, like, one of the giant, main characters, and she became the final girl. So, like, we're seeing, like, literally titties throughout the whole movie.
You did notice that the suit disappeared, right?
Yeah. Why can't we make this movie, though? Why can't we make this movie I'm talking about?
We don't have the money.
Someone listen to this and make it.
I think you, me, and like Tyler. And we get the money. We can make a fucking shitty movie that people would want to see.
Just like a random character for some reason is in armor and their tits out, and it's like part of the plot. Hello? And they can't dress out of any clothes.
Hello?
Oh, it's kind of like whatchamacallit, how they built into that movie where the chicks were stuck on the. Let me watch this. That way you can. I remember this.
Throwing knives at the snow. My favorite game.
Impressive.
Oh, hell yeah! Did the black guy? Is he the first one to die? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Saul.
So there was that movie where like the chicks were stuck on top of the whatchamacallit, the
tower.
Cell tower.
Fall.
And fall, and it's like built into the game. It's built into the movie that like, oh, she has to drop the cell phone in her padded bra, and like so it's like they just keep adding reasons for them to take clothes off in the movie.
I saw some crazy clip about that movie, and it was like showcasing like audio dubs. So, like, you could do the French version, and there's, like, an AI that'll, like, change her lips, like, flawlessly. And they could even make her say nothing. They can even have her lips closed where she says nothing. And you can change the movie like that, but it's also scary because it means like, yeah, you can like retroactively change what the people are saying in these movies to where their lips match the new dubs. Horrifying.
It is getting a little crazy out there, man.
Yep. Buy your physical media, folks.
I'm definitely trying to buy more physical
Hold
media.
on to the stuff you got. It's going to be funny because I'm going to have all these DVDs and no working DVD player, you know?
Yeah. I have like a shit ton of DVDs. Luckily, I mean, as long as you have a PlayStation, you're fine. Yeah.
Bug Saul is dead.
Bug.
I don't know. He was like that when I came in.
Saul.
I mean, why?
And the backup disc is missing.
Espionage.
Who did this? Microsync, copy-ROM?
Doesn't matter. Pick one. Fuck.
Microsync.
I mean, we have to call the police.
Inca copy.
Wait. Hold on, Bug. Let's just think about this.
Think about what?
Yeah.
You call the police. They're gonna lock this place up. And whoever stole that backup disc can beat us to market with a copycat game.
You're acting weird.
Yeah, but Saul is dead.
Someone's dead, bro.
And?
And he's...
Damn, bro.
He's fucking dead, hardcore.
It's a little cold-blooded. I mean, I guess they don't call him hardcore for nothing.
Of course.
It's good to know that if you died in front of hardcore, he's not even going to want to stop working.
Don't tell me you dress like
Yeah, he's the ultimate employee.
Yeah.
So people just dropping dead. He's like, well, that just means more work for me.
You think that's an excuse to go home, mister? That one of our coworkers mysteriously dropped dead in his office under mysterious circumstances.
with a couple of friends? Meet your future ex-wife?
He's I mean, he is a pro wrestler, so you know people get hurt in that line of and died in that line of work plenty of times.
It's always funny when a dude this huge is like actually like the nicest guy ever. He wouldn't hurt a fly. Yeah.
More
just
often
like-
than not, that's the case.
You're just
so.
afraid of him. In
A
case
lot
it
of
looks
times,
like a pit
big
bull.
guys are it actually is the case with like other animals too.
Yeah,
like,
well, it's like a pit bull. Like pit bulls are nice, but like if that dog wanted to, he'd fuck you up. If this guy wanted to, he could kill you with his bare hands.
I always say that my example is always in nature. That well, I guess it's not. We invented dogs, but the what's one of the loudest dogs there is? Like one of the ones that won't shut the hell up and just yappy is a
Chihuahuas?
Chihuahua. Yeah, exactly. What is the most silent dog, like the most gentle dog, but could tear your fucking arm off and eat it for lunch without a problem? Is a Mastiff. They don't do shit though. Like they could literally eat your head in one bite if they wanted, and they're just super like chill.
Yeah, those black ones, they look like hellhounds. They're like, especially when they have their clipped ears.
Yeah, they're just super chill dogs. Like, you know, they'll just sit on the couch all day and just wait for you to come home. They don't care. So basically, that pretty much extends to humans as well. Usually, the loudest ones are like the smallest ones or the weakest ones, like the ones that want to make the most noise.
Napoleon complex.
Can't have the intern beat me to the office.
Seriously, I'll get fired if you beat me here. Don't do that ever. I'll get my pay docked.
Yeah. No one will actually know that you got here before me, but
Like a
I'm
bug.
the one who would have to report it.
Bug's like, nobody's dead upstairs. It's all good.
No, he's not dead.
Saul is fine. It's all good.
All good.
Shit. He needs some more Adderall or whatever the fuck he's prescribed to.
It's fucking
Jolt
Adderall,
Cola.
Ritalin, probably some anti-anxiety meds.
Where's Saul?
All my friends call me Bug. Hey, Tales from the Crypt, right there.
Still here.
There's a Tales from the Crypt arcade
Yeah.
right there. Hell yeah.
I think that comes into play later, if I recall correctly.
I wanted to say it had a Tales from the Crypt vibe.
Brownies.
There's weed in those, dude. Be careful. They're strong.
You know, they really got to start. They got to start pushing the cocaine brownies on people.
I mean,
That would really up productivity at work.
but a tiny little bit. Just a little, like a pinch of cocaine in the brownies. It's probably just enough to put some pep in the step, you know?
What's up,
People
boss?
wouldn't even notice.
Saul, I need the backup disc.
Hey, don't worry about it.
Hey, it's all good, man. Just like, he just like knocks him out, you know, like fucking.
Beats him across the room.
Yeah.
There you go. Fuck you.
Just get it done.
Yeah, get out of here.
Oh man. So I just bought this new. This is a random thing. I just bought this new mouse, and it is like the most. It's a Red Dragon mouse. It's like the most comfortable mouse I've ever had. I'm just putting my hand on it to just rest my hand on it.
You hear that? Red Dragon mouses. Red Dragon mice? Is that how you'd say
Mice?
it?
I think it's mouses. If you're
Red
talking
Dragon mouse brand. Get your Red Dragon mouse. It'll feel like your hands floating on air. Sponsored by Dark Hour and Stupenzo.
Yeah, I mean, I got to show you soon. My new setup's gonna be. It's all fucking LEDs. Like I like LED backed keyboard, mouse. My.
See, I'm gonna go for the
mouse
opposite
pads.
because like that's kind of what I've always had, and I see everyone else doing it. So what I'm gonna try to do is go for like I'm gonna try to stream out of a black shapeless void, to where you can't even see the background behind me. It just looks like I'm floating in space. Like no details behind me.
And you always do like the red light behind you, which looks fucking epic.
I have this red backlight. I've got backlight that could change colors, but then like sometimes like on the stream like I'll change my wallpaper to like something color, you know, because that whatever color the wallpaper is on the stream will project onto me and light up the room.
Yeah.
So
I used to use the green. I don't use the green screen anymore, but I want to get something to cover my soundproofing because this particular room was very echoey, so I've had to soundproof the shit out of it. And you know, soundproofing's great, but it's not the best looking background.
Yeah.
So.
Well, honestly, putting stuff off camera, like I don't know where your desk is, but if you could put like soundproofing like towers like onto the left and right of your microphone, that would help. Like closer to the table.
The acoustics are better in here.
I mean, it's already. I've already glued soundproofing onto all the walls, so it's.
Shirt bag, whatever.
Shirt bag. Sure, bug. That's what she said.
Yeah, sometimes you're still gonna get stuff like
Love
that.
it.
You know how to reset the phones?
Did you try Drummond's?
Yeah, I will. Thank you. Sure.
He's really short. I'm gonna look up how tall he is.
Again with this. Oh fuck, dude!
Who the hell tries to pick up a tea kettle from the sides?
I like how she just scalded herself terribly. She's just like, oh well, walk it off.
I can do it.
Dude, you'd be covered in burns. You'd be like, ah, my hands.
I got it.
She's so drunk she doesn't even notice.
He's 5'3".
Look, okay, I knew that motherfucker was short, but goddamn, that's like Tom
you
Cruise.
put a 5'3" dude right next to a dude who's 6'9".
I was like, he's like 14, 15 inches taller than that guy. You're like I said, he's up to his elbow.
Okay, let's see who's fucking.
It's like me standing next to Warwick Davis.
What the fuck?
Oh. No, he's not the second one to die, is he?
Maybe.
Saul!
Saul?
Hell yeah!
Son of
He's got bug eyes, though, right?
Well, those were his balls.
Oh, right.
His tension balls. They shoved him in the face.
Fun. You don't need eyes where we're going.
Hardcore, did you move so
Parker.
Hardcore.
Hardcore. Hell yeah. You beat him.
Listen, there's something freaky going on here, man.
Yeah, you're telling me. Okay, look. I mean, you did know that he was dead.
Saul, I knew you killed Saul.
It was the telemetry suit. The
Saw
suit
it.
did
I saw. He killed Saw.
Camera.
Don't take another step.
Right, but you did see Saul was dead earlier, so it'd take you a few minutes to kind of come around to the idea, but you would think about it later and be like, yeah, he didn't kill him. He came back alive and killed him. And why is he wearing the suit?
Touch Saul. It was the suit.
Yeah. Which
Oh,
is now
what?
gone.
I mean, dude, the little guy knows what he saw, too. He'd be like, yeah.
What? He killed Saul. He killed Saul. Look.
It wasn't me. It was the suit.
It was the one-armed man.
Okay, listen, big guy.
Where's that cocaine?
It was in the brownies.
Oh, right. Yeah, I should have told you not to eat all those brownies, dude. I told you, they fuck you up.
Okay, hardcore. Hardcore, did you move solid? It was the telemetry suit. The suit did it.
Camera.
Okay, listen. Listen, big guy.
It was the suit.
Everybody out. Okay, hardcore.
Everybody else.
The
Okay.
blonde girl's like, this is totally my fault with my brownies. Whatever was in the brownies, he had an allergic reaction to or something. I put raisins in my brownies, and it seemed to have enraged him to beyond no end. I know how people talk about the raisins in the brownies unpopular, but I've always liked it. I do like raisins in my brownies.
I'm more of a walnuts guy personally.
Do both. Let's do both.
Give it a shot.
I just like chocolate, man. Chocolate on chocolate.
Dude. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. I think. Oh yeah.
He had like little circuits hanging out of his face that looked like a what's his name? Chinese beard. Fu Manchu. Hey, remember when I totally looked like I killed this guy? Like, let me hang out with you.
Caught him pretty good. Like, that's a pretty good death. I'm not gonna lie. Like the way they did this one was pretty good.
He caught him red-handed. Let me erase my browser history real quick.
Oh, the pores.
This is not good.
What the hell's going on, Bug?
I don't know, but best guess.
This is the only reason I'm not talking. This is like the explanation part.
Yeah.
Storm must have nailed one of our transformers, causing a surge of such magnitude.
Thank you, because we have been talking a lot, haven't we?
That's
why I like these dumb movies. They're always recapping the plot. Thank you. God, he's so... It's like he wrote a book report about it. Just a guess. Thank you for being acknowledging how silly this movie was for just a second.
Yes, the suit is linked to a digital model in the computer. Whoever controls the suit controls the
The idea of like this is his big monologue in the movie is so funny. Hey, more
there you go.
titties. Yeah.
Great, stop this!
So the computer's controlling the suit.
And the computer's playing the game.
Now they explain why it's able to navigate.
Right. So good. And like I said, that's so good for Bug to have his little big speech, even though it was a bunch of stupid computer jargon.
Now I find this weird because it's like I remember this now. Like for some reason it decides it. Yeah. For some reason it decides that it wants like Hardcore's body.
His body's fucking huge. Get a bigger body.
There's like really no point to it because it doesn't need the body.
I mean, maybe the idea is it's just more Frankenstein shit, but yeah, that was definitely a Stan Winston monster that I saw a second ago.
Yeah.
Like, that was legitimately badass. Oh, yeah, endoskeleton. Or it's exoskeleton.
Exoskeleton, yeah.
But
like,
it's kind of fucked up that he's got blackface.
Well, they kind of take care of that now.
Oh. Yeah.
It like basically makes itself look like the video.
Of course. You know what? I'm into it. It's definitely Army of Darkness, evil Ash vibes.
Yeah.
Ew. Why did it make a pig sound? Sound of a pig getting slaughtered.
Playing a game? Our game. Evolution. Kill or be killed, where death is the only escape.
Can't you just
turn it off? Yeah. Don't be silly.
I can't. It won't let me into the system.
Well, then can't you shut the system down or just turn it off?
Good idea.
Fucking blow up the building. I don't know.
Why not? In English, Bug.
In English.
The backup disc is missing.
Bug, who cares?
A backup disc is the only copy of the game that we have outside the mainframe. We shut down the mainframe, we could lose
Yeah,
all
so
the
who
data,
did
all the
take it?
program.
I mean,
Can't we,
I'm sure that they'll explain it at the end of the movie.
Well, even so,
as long as it's something we didn't miss.
Recreate the music.
I've been drinking, you know. No,
Oh yeah, he's the music guy. That's what it is. That's what it is. The sound
What about
effects.
the AI engine?
That was Saul's.
The weapons?
Hardcore.
Jesus Christ. You guys never work on anything together.
Nah, dude, we're an elite team.
So we lose everything.
They're the A team of fucking video games.
We'll still have our lives.
Yep. That's the problem with your A team. When you got a guy who's an expert in only one thing, and one that guy is missing, there's a kink in the plan.
What are we doing? This game is not worth
Like, how can we do a mission without a demolitions expert, you know? We always blow something up.
Guys.
So I don't know if we missed it, but basically they explain that he's probably going to explain it soon, but I'll explain it now myself. They essentially used the map from the building to build the levels to save time. They just used the schematics from the building map.
Motherfuckers, of course.
That's why it's able to navigate the building.
This is one of those things where you cut corners to save time and money, and you end up eating shit for it. He's gonna try to kiss her, and she's gonna be like, "Ew, whoa, no."
Well, no. Basically, he's explaining that
kidding.
The reason. Oh, okay. Sorry.
God.
I remember this. It was actually kind of like a touching moment.
He's
going
gonna
to
try to like put his hand on her face, like, "I promise I'll protect you." She'll be like, "I've got it."
He tries to put his hand on her face, but he's really short, so he just ends up grabbing her titty. Sorry, I couldn't reach.
Yeah, I do. I'm extremely nearsighted.
Laura's right.
Just like.
I'll shut it down.
What the fuck? How long have you had that gun? Oh, it's a BB gun. Never mind. It's one of those CO2 airsoft guns.
Hugo will lose everything for sure.
God. You know, this guy's the one with the most baggage out of the black dude and the crazy wrestler guy. This one's the one that's most likely to walk into the building with an Uzi.
Yeah. He definitely has the look.
Yeah, and the way he like doesn't even look people in the eyes. He stares at the floor. He stutters.
Well, his head is closer to the floor than their heads.
He's also a virgin. Yeah. Most likely a virgin in a bad way. Some people are virgins in a good way. Good for them.
They choose to be virgins.
Right. If you're a virgin and you're trying to get laid, then you suck.
Like, I mean, yeah, especially in the day and age of, Tinder and all these apps and stuff. But, yeah, so... I think, yeah, you know what? Remember the thing that I did say, it was before, they do use the Crypt Keeper thing about here.
Hell yeah.
Looking for the backup.
Please tell me someone fucking gets killed with that Crypt Keeper
Sort of,
pinball machine.
It's still
I'd
playing
love
the
to
game.
see
It
that.
wouldn't take the disc. It just doesn't make sense. Fuck the disc.
It's funny if, like, I know the Crypt Keeper's not going to laugh because that'll be like some money for John Cassie right there, you know? Even though he deserves it. It's okay, we installed these sounds to deter people from fucking around with this thing. It's just a diversion.
It's our security system.
Yeah, spooky whispering sounds when you like break into the fucking safe or whatever. That's a great idea. You're like, oh, I don't want to go in there.
I don't have a response to that. I had something I lost. It's fine.
Don't worry. Ultra track. Guys, like
it's funny because like the other ones that I've done with you, I kind of start getting more into the movie as I go along. And I start forgetting to talk about certain things.
Don't worry.
Because it just killed the camera.
What do you mean it just killed?
That's what happened with me and Chris watching Horror Express.
Yeah.
We were watching it like to make fun of it. We were legitimately like, they should remake this fucking movie. I would watch a remake of this fucking tomorrow. This shit was badass. Evil Dead, the musical. That's a thing.
Is it really?
Yep.
Wow.
That's not the poster though. I mean, it better be a thing.
I'm trying to figure out what that other poster was. Kind of looks like the creature looks a little bit like Tremors, but it wasn't.
Looks like a giant, some kind of. It looks like the relic. It's not that. What was that thing they called? The Cthulhu. The Cthulhu. The Cthulhu?
Cthulhu?
Yeah, that's H.P. Lovecraft. Oh, he's got a folding chair. You know that Tyler Mane is, that's like his one weakness is being a wrestler.
Yeah. It's amazing. I always love that in wrestling you get, like, the folding chair works on, like, oh, yeah, it's knocked him out. One shot, he's out for good.
Yeah.
And you have, like, a hardcore match where people are, like, literally throwing each other off of, like, the building.
Landing on the fluorescent lights or whatever.
Yeah.
This guy's got, like, a Shao Kahn vibe.
A little bit, yeah.
Whoa, no, don't shoot. You're terrible aim, please. Give Bug the gun. He's like literally not tall enough to reach the fucking cord or whatever. Please. Yikes.
It actually is a really cool looking, like...
Yeah. T-1000 sword fucking slicing through doors. Oh, no, don't do that. You're gonna... Make sure you put on some rubber gloves before you do any of that stuff, bug. Yikes! He's like intentionally missing just to like add tension, you know? The monster.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm coming. I'm letting you know.
Well, I think it's kind of like with video games where like unless you're actually actively fighting back, the villains will always miss for some reason.
Right.
That's always great. It's like, you know, when you're like down on health and you're just like, okay, I got to start this over, and it just won't kill you. It just keeps missing.
Yeah.
It's like, how are you missing? I have put down the controller.
Right. I know exactly what you're talking about. There's like certain video games where you see them do a run through, and it's like the secret is don't do anything and just wait until right here, and you're like, really? Yep, running around gets you killed. Oh God.
You okay?
Oh, they're gonna do the Spock. They're gonna do the Spock death scene, right?
Not quite.
Star Trek Wrath of Khan? No. Look how weak and puny he is. He can't even break a TV with a chair.
No shit.
I'm useless. I can't unplug anything.
No. All right, what do we do now?
Poor little guy. This guy's great, though, because he could be playing, like, high schoolers, like, well into his 30s, you know? I'm sure he did.
I'm trying.
Probably can still be playing him now.
He's got, like, little gray hair he has to dye out. Just looks fucking super young. Just has to shave and dye out his grays.
It is weird. I do feel like this movie is kind of like a time capsule of that year.
Dude, I mean, even... Is that...
Hey, speaking of which, that's...
No!
Wow, I did not plan that shit.
Dude, our last movie was Dracula 2000, which had him in it, and we watched it the day he got sentenced. Holy fuck! Why is he tormenting us and following us on our Wii watches for the month of October?
Wait, hold on. I remember this scene now, so here you go. This will actually really play into everything that's happened with him. Just watch.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
Come on, baby. Open the door.
This is like one of the lamest celebrity cameos, too. Because you imagine you're watching this in 2001.
You know, I don't need this shit, Laura.
Laura! Huh?
Hey, why don't you go fuck yourself? Why don't you go fuck the freaks while you're in there? I know
Okay.
you fucking want
Let's say...
I swear I forgot he was in this movie.
What a pussy. Let's say they weren't locked in, you know? Like, this is just such a bad look for your girlfriend. I'm going to come to your place of work and say a bunch of obscenities at the front door, and... Jesus Christ.
I think that was actually the video that was used in his court case.
This is where the boss is like, hey, Laura, if you want me to help you, like, you know, pay for any kind of legal proceedings or help you get a restraining order against that guy, I'm all aboard. That guy's like coming over to my business, starting shit. You're like,
I have a feeling that guy's going to go to court eventually.
I hope he comes back into the movie and gets killed.
Nah, I think that was it.
God
if I recall
damn
correctly.
it.
That's literally his entire...
All right, that'll do, I guess.
I'll take the check now.
That hurts.
Oh my god.
He did that himself.
Jesus, Laura.
Oh, it's her boyfriend. Is that her boyfriend? Really? She's in like an abusive relationship with Hyde? How fucking appropriate!
I didn't
How
even
on
think
the
about
nose! Holy shit!
And it continues your theme of like somebody from the previous movie always being in the next one.
Holy fuck, dude!
See, we didn't have time to build the
Love this serendipitous crap, and obviously, holy lord! Here's the thing about Hyde. I don't know.
Here's where they explain it right here. This is how they explain the whole thing, that they use the system.
That's how we get out of here.
The air ducts, because these are movie air ducts that we can crawl through. Obviously.
Oh, come on.
Maybe it's only air ducts in California. Like, maybe they have to be, like, 3 times larger than normal. Again, him suffering because he's short. Is it time for Bug to get killed?
I believe so.
I was kind of hoping Bug and Homegirl would be the finals. Yes! John Cassier, enjoy your paycheck, buddy.
I'm not sure if it counts.
That's not
if
him.
It's a
Impersonation.
Oh, this part's great, actually.
Damn, I'm good.
I'm turning it up on my end. I love this part.
For damage.
Yes, you are.
Scary is as scary does.
Forrest Gump references. If every We Watch can reference Forrest Gump and or Jurassic Park, I'm happy.
I love that scene though. That plays off great. That it's like in the room where he was recording the audio.
He thinks it's coming from up that hole.
Well, it was coming because his sound setup was behind there, and he thought it was just playing the sound bits. And it turned out that the monster was in the room.
Motherfuckers, all the time.
It was actually like this movie is not good. Don't get me wrong, but it does have some moments that are really good. Like there are some things that work.
Dude, all these We Watches. I mean, yeah, there's always something. That's what we were talking about with Uninspired on one of these old movies. You know, these old black and white movies. We were watching like The Wasp Woman. It's like, dude, the lighting, all this stuff is great. The production value of this movie is great for a schlocky, made for Cinemax movie. And the thing is, like, I'm sure everyone making it had a great time. It's like you got 6 actors in a closed set. You got some cool monster effects. Everyone's just having fun. Yeah. That's the other thing is I don't think actors should get paid millions of dollars. But it's like getting paid $100,000 for this? Great.
Yeah.
I would have fun doing it, unless, of course, it was hell. Like, this is his actual blood. He's actually been thrown around the set for, like, 50 takes.
So here's the thing, too. It's like, even, like, with movies like this, it's like, you know, you end up with...
I can't see
essentially, like...
glasses.
Yeah, that...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, like, you end up with, like, some good aspects, right? Like, the production value is not the greatest. The scripting... clearly not great, but you get some really cool scenes like like this is a cool fucking scene.
Sacrificed himself.
Like Hardcore's death was pretty cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can obviously outrun that in a... Okay, thank you. Holy shit, we only got burned over 80% of our body. Mildly, though, so we're okay. Please tell me that, like, all their hair is singed off and their clothes are all fucked up. Okay.
I singed off like front hair once on like my the front of my head, lighting a grill. It was like I was like, oh, I just want a burger, and I had it cranked up way too high, just blew up in my face. I was like, I'm not hungry anymore.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is like you get out of like a crazy fire escape like that, and you smell like burnt hair. It's like, okay, we're probably all right. But if you get out of one of those fire escape kind of situations and you smell like delicious meat, you're like, oh, I'm badly, badly burned. I know this.
It's like the
I don't
better
even
you
want to
smell,
look.
the worse you are.
I don't even want to look because I know I'm fucked up. It's gonna start hurting any second once the adrenaline wears off.
Or it doesn't, and that's even worse.
Ah!
It's funny because, like, you know, there is first, second, and third degree burns people know, but there's actually fourth and fifth degree burns as well.
You know, he looks pretty good for being right next to a gas explosion.
One that took out an entire floor, basically.
I thought he was
Allah,
saying,
shut the front door.
Praise
Allah.
Allah.
Shut the front door.
I will, Allah, praise,
Allah,
we have
Allah,
been survived.
Shut the front door.
Allah, shut the front door, for we have survived another day, thanks to the noble sacrifice of our Muslim brother, Bug. Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! He's alive. He's got a cough. Oh.
Nah.
He's dead. Good. Honestly, I was kind of tired of his rantings anyway.
But like I said, there's actually fourth and fifth degree burns as well.
What?
Are those worse or what?
So 4th degree burns are you burn the bone, and 5th degree burns burn completely through the bone.
Well, awesome. I assume those are both fatal.
Well, they're at least you can that limb is gone forever.
Yeah, I assume. Yeah, that's like a lightsaber basically. Is a 5th degree burn. Oh,
Gross.
excuse me, Mr. Monster. How about get the fuck out of that room? Any second, he's gonna come alive.
I love how his Palm Pilots somehow are they're looking for his Palm. Like, anything in this room would have survived. There's a lot of stuff in here that should not be here anymore.
Uh-oh. Knew it. That's what you get for not listening to me. Where's Danny Masterson? We need him to rape the monster! You just paused the game? Is that all you had to do? Oh. That would have been so awesome if we just cut to the pause screen.
You know, I never thought of the pausing of the game if that would just did it.
It's just like, we did it! Luckily, now we already established she was the best player of the game, even though she's just the cookie girl.
That thing is being controlled by the
So,
digital model, and the model is playing the game.
obviously she was going to be the hero.
Okay, I'm in.
It's gonna work.
Oh, I'm in. Hey, you know what? I know it's like we're close to the end of the movie, but at least we got one of them.
Yeah.
I'm in. Go, go, go. Move, move, move. It's like every movie has one of those fucking lines almost. Hell yeah. It's like the Star Wars arcade game when you have to fight Darth Vader.
Yes, that's still one of the best arcade games ever made.
Hell yeah.
The trilogy one you're talking
Right.
about, like the
Yeah.
big where you sit in like the big thing. Yeah.
Go to Hoth, you fucking blow up the Death Star, you fight Boba Fett, all that shit. It's great.
Nothing can recreate that game.
It's everything. It's
Yeah, that if like I wouldn't want to own an arcade game unless it was like that game, you know, that kind of setup where you sit down and you're like got the joystick. And if there's another game that could work on that arcade, great. But I'd be fine with that game.
Yeah, you definitely want one that you could just slap in the
Like,
shit.
he slaps her again. Please tell me they slap each other for the next like 5 minutes.
That'd be fantastic, but I don't think so.
Psh, psh.
Try it with these.
Now I remember 3D
Use the
headsets
force,
in like the early 2000s, late 90s. They gave you such a headache,
Right.
because they sucked.
And I remember, what was it, Virtual Boy or whatever the fuck it was called?
Yeah,
That thing was just
the Virtual Boy.
infuriating.
What is it?
Red and black nightmare. But yeah, I'm sure even the Oculus probably gives you a fucking headache if you wear it too long.
I mean, I have a PSVR, and I can usually play for about an hour before my head starts to like really, because you start to get spatial awareness problems.
Yeah, and then when you take it off, I'm sure it's a trip. You know, when you've been playing it for a long time.
Yeah, you're like, shit, this is the real world.
Everything's
Fuck
weird.
this place.
That's how it used to be when I'd play Guitar Hero for a while, and then I'd look at a table and I'd be like tripping, like things would be like zooming in and out on my fucking peripheral vision. I'd be like, okay, it's like an optical illusion.
I've heard some people say that if you play like Rock Band, but like the drums on Rock Band, like can actually teach you real drums, but like the rest of them actually like set you back.
Of course. And playing Guitar Hero is one of those things where, like, I never got it until, like, one day, like, a year later. I mean, I had the game in my house, and I tried it, and I sucked at it.
Where'd it go?
And then, like, one day, it just clicked, like riding a bicycle without training wheels. And then all of a sudden, I could do all the songs. It was like, okay. Like, once you get the fingers down, blue, red, yellow, like, you can just, like... But like you said, if you actually played guitar, that would probably set you back. Yeah,
I've heard that the drums are the closest one to the actual like real instrument.
You're just building up rhythm, even if there was no pedals or no alternate. Even if you're just playing on like one pad, you would still get all your rudiments down. You know.
Now here's the thing that doesn't make.
I like how his
sense
face is like rotting. Yeah, his face is like
because it's
decomposing.
burned now. Here's the thing that doesn't make any sense to me. It's playing off the game, but they're not in the game. So, like, how is it finding them? It should be finding, like, random, like, player characters that are standing in place and just swinging at nothing. Like, it's a good idea and concept. When you actually, like, start to, like, think about it for a minute, it doesn't make any sense.
Oh. How about, yeah, I guess you got to fight the thing in the real world. Like, yeah, you kicked my ass in the game. Now you got to man up, woman. Drop her. Or throw her. Is that it? She's dead?
No.
Well, she took that fall like a champ then. She's not.
Yeah, it's like a 13, 14-foot fall.
Right on her face. Ow! Ow! Ew, Tyler, no!
But she just realized where she is.
Some like feeding ground or the property, the place where he built himself. Where's my makeup bag? Where's my phone? Yeah, of course she's looking.
I think she's looking for the Palm Pilot.
Where's my vape? My phone?
Yeah, Palm Pilots. Like that was like the original smartphone.
There's your awesome, unheard of resolution on your Palm Pilot. Well, who's up there? Who's that? Oh, he stole the backup disc.
How dare he?
He sabotaged them.
The disc was never missing. You took it. You're the spy. You were going to sell us out from the start.
Laura,
I
thank
like how
God
her
you're all
voice
right.
got all ADR'd all of a sudden.
Yeah, you saw that too, right? It was like definitely wasn't syncing up.
It's like you can tell she was like in a recording studio talking really close to a microphone, you know?
You're gonna have to teach me more about like sound editing and stuff because I have no fucking clue what I'm doing with that shit. My sound always is like weird as fuck.
Yeah. It's one of the things I like about this directional mic, you know? I could do cool like, whoa!
Yeah, I've been using that. Like I used the next video I have actually 2 of those like talk away from the mic moments, which have become kind of staples of my videos recently.
Oh, right, yeah, where you throw them down, you have a tantrum. Yeah, the tantrums, yeah, those are fun.
Yeah, I've been throwing the tantrums in all my videos.
God damn it, what the fuck is this shit? Why?
Ambition?
Exactly like that.
Yeah.
Your own company
I like it.
looks good. Mom needs an operation.
I'll actually, after we're done with this, after we're done recording, I'll show you the next video in preview.
Sweet.
I wish I could.
You hear that, folks? I guess everyone would have seen it by the time this premieres. So.
Oh yes, yeah.
Good for them.
That's actually anybody who is watching this. In the future.
Check out Dark Hour's channel and watch his fun video we're talking about. I'm not going to tell you the title. You're going to have to guess. You're going to have to deduce
it's
like
the sequel
based
to
on the
my
date.
last video, so.
Okay, all right. There you go. There's your hint.
The last one was called Ray Sucks, so you can only imagine what this one's called.
Oh. Ray's awesome, of course. There you go. The perfect sequel.
No, hold on.
And Bob. Saul and Bob.
You killed Bug and Saul with a Z.
Put that into a computer and you get a real scary mess.
So is he going to sell it to the military or some nonsense?
The real world, right?
That's right.
I don't think you could recreate this if you tried.
Yeah, it's like Weird Science or Frankenstein, you know, like silly.
Either way,
it's like so like something happens with like lightning and then the monsters like come real from the video game. Why?
It makes me a winner.
Has that ever happened? What's up with lightning? I'm gonna make a superhero movie where it's like the guys get their powers from lightning. They get struck from lightning and they just get super god powers. Why? Because it's lightning. What? Everyone gets struck by lightning. Yeah, but this lightning's special. Okay.
That's really good.
Finally
learning.
Yeah, this. You know he's evil because he's monologuing like a villain. You know, all of a sudden he can't shut up.
I'll tell the jury it was the pressure. It was my childhood. It was the game. Because no one.
The gang.
That we're
Scooby-Doo and the gang.
All on our own.
Yeah, crossbow. Why would you let him? Damn it, Hardcore, bringing all your loaded, fucking cocked and loaded weapons to work.
Not yet.
It's not what I meant.
Could you imagine I got a new job and first day in, I walked into my cubicle and just laid out a big bag of guns. Just like sat in there next to my phone and just started working. It's for my job. I gotta design weapons for the game. Ah, hell yeah. Thank you.
Okay, goes full scorpion on him.
Also, thank you, YouTube, for letting this movie just be up here with titties and violence. Appreciate it.
Hey, pig
I love the
fucker.
glowing eyes. It looks cool. Why are we cutting to the shitty video game graphics? That's less impressive.
They kind of cut back and forth.
Yeah, thank you. Like, obviously, the real thing is more impressive. Like,
honestly, this is a really good like monster design.
hey, when I first credit I saw was Stan Winston, I immediately got a chub. And you know, Stan Winston probably didn't do any of the creature effects himself. He just had like some of his proteges.
He was definitely just being consulted
proteges
on it.
do it. Yeah, exactly. These people learn from the master.
Stan Winston invented the Predator, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Terminator he did as well. Like
he also had an uncredited. Uncredited. I didn't know this, but he did the dog in Rob Bottin's The Thing. Rob Bottin.
I didn't realize that.
See, Rob Bottin was too overworked, and he didn't want to do any more dogs because of what he did with The Howling and some other movies. He was like, please don't. And he had Stan Winston do it. That's why Stan Winston gets a special thanks. Stan Winston didn't ask for credit either because he wanted Rob Bottin to get all the credit.
Oh, nice.
Very cool. Broken tusk. Ouch. It sucks because, like, you know, this is one of the few times where, yeah, you get to react with a creature on camera because it's a real in-camera special effects, and she has to spend the whole time fighting with a goddamn visor on, you know? So
honestly, it was probably less terrifying while wearing the visor because this thing is pretty scary looking, actually.
Right. This is like, you don't need to act too hard to look freaked out. Look freaked out from this monster. So awful when you're looking at a tennis ball on a stick, and you're like, oh. Yeah.
This is very
She's reacting. She's reacting to what we're seeing. Remember when, like, you know, Obi-Wan Kenobi doesn't even flinch at like General Grievous, you know, because he's not real. And these eyes, the fucking tension ball eyes, are the best detail because they glow, and they're emotionless.
Honestly, it's just a really good looking like monster.
They're also the eyes are emotionless, like a goldfish, like a fish, like we're seeing right here. The fish have like these cold, dead eyes that are expressionless and
like a doll's
empty.
eyes.
Yeah, like doll's eyes. Yeah. Hell yeah.
And that's one of those, like, honestly, from a script writing perspective, the fact that they account for things like, oh, why is she able to, like, see this in the game, and why does it affect both the game and the real world? Because they use the map from, so it's actually, they account for some really cool stuff. Like,
how did she not get electrocuted? It's not important. But
rubber sole shoes.
Yeah, I mean, oh, fuck. He seems too fresh. He's, like, growling. Get him. Finish him off, please. Right in the dick. Why'd you stab him in the dick?
Because that's what you do. You just stab him in the dick.
That's like a running trend in these movies that I watch, where like the woman will kill someone and stab him or shoot him in the groin. I mean, there's the belly button in the picture.
I will say this. Honestly, I feel like if this movie had like a higher budget and like a little bit more behind it, this could have been a really, really good movie.
I think it's great for what it is. I think art through adversity. You know, I like it. I like it when people are told, "Hey, you want to make your monster movie? You got $100,000 to do it. Good luck."
$100,000 and Stan Winston said he'll do it.
Dude, she made up quickly. I've never really thought she was attractive until right now. This actress.
It's like the bitchy attitude that she's got going. I don't know.
No,
I say you bring Julie Strain back on.
There's something about the hair.
It's
a shame. Yeah.
Like, can you imagine if Julie Strain just walked back in the background, just topless for no reason?
I've got those papers you wanted. Thank you, Julie, my secretary.
2. Microsync releases Evil Nader this fall. I know
Evil Native.
It's Evil Nader, not Evil Native.
Oh, Evil Nader. That's also a cool name. Evolution and Evil Nader, trademarked by the screenwriter of this movie. He never did anything with it.
It's like you said. You never know what the competition might
be. I don't think that DVD works. I'm gonna be...
No, the data side's still fine.
I hope so. I can't tell you how many DVDs I had like ruined over years, you know, from various shenanigans.
That's one of those corporate checkbooks, the ones that are like
yeah,
the check is gigantic.
It's made in triplicate. Satan Claus. Why can't we watch that movie? Why
should.
doesn't that movie exist? That's the thing I'm excited about, these AI cinemas. I'm going to start logging down ideas for the AI cinema. Satan Claus, Evolution, Evilnator 3.
Yes, I'm looking at it right now, and it's not scary.
Yeah.
You know, I don't.
What you want is like actual Santa Claus, but with just glowing, creepy eyes and like a hideous smile. You want him to look like Santa Claus, but like perverted, evil Santa Claus. You don't want him to look like a demon wearing Santa suit. That's silly.
Yeah, Satan Claus should be like literally like
just Santa Claus with glowing like yellow eyes.
It should be like the Satan from like End of Days.
Yeah,
or it's just a human.
Yeah. What was his name? Byrne. Gabriel
I don't
Byrne.
remember who. Gabriel Byrne.
Yeah. Remember when he has that? He goes to his like constituent's house and he has a threesome with the dude's wife and daughter.
Yeah, and then they merge together into Christine York.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to do that movie one of these days. I have that whole Arnold thing that I do, like
Dude.
every couple of months I do an Arnold movie.
That's such a fun movie to talk about.
I'll get you involved with that one. That one's not on the list for this upcoming year. But
It's just so funny because he has to kill the devil, and he's like, "I'm gonna get some guns." It's like, okay, dude.
I do have True Lies on the list.
I know.
I think I may have put you on that one.
I'm in for that one. I asked for that one. I think True Lies is my favorite Cameron and my favorite Arnold. I think.
And I have. I'm trying to get Paul Chato for the Starship Troopers one.
Sweet.
I haven't heard from him yet, though. He's apparently pretty hard to get in touch with.
Excited with streaming with just you if it has to come to it.
Well,
you and Uninspired.
You got me, the Uninspired reviewer. We got Anti-Derivative Jill is going to be on that one.
Us three can fill out fill a void.
Anti-Derivative Jill is going to be on that one. She's a really good sci-fi chick.
Troopers
on the on Starship Troopers with us.
Right, rocking.
She's like does a lot of streams for like Star Trek and stuff.
So wait, is she possessed?
So I think what it is that you are the in the game, the demon you're fighting is like you, basically.
Oh, so the game's all like reflective of oneself. She learned how to. She's like taking over the company because she went through some traumatic experience. This basically movie is a metaphor for climbing the ladder using some kind of sexual or other traumatic obligations.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, it's definitely like honestly, I think this is a pretty underrated movie. You might want to cut it now just because this is music, and that's if anything's gonna catch it, it's gonna be that.
I mean, this is on YouTube, so fuck it. I don't care. Like whatever. I'll just turn it down. I mean, shit. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that was a fun movie. Honestly, I like the song though. The song's actually kind of.
Who knows? This song probably doesn't even have like copyright anymore.
We're turning it back up. In fact, we're gonna turn it up louder because you know what? This is like your angsty rock music that, like, I knew a lot of girls that were like jamming this kind of shit, and I just did not dig it.
Yeah, it's like what's her face from like the '90s? All like every one of her songs with her name all of a sudden.
You play that game where you show each other songs, back and forth, and I can't tell you how many times like girls would play shit like this, and I'd be like, yeah, cool,
This is fantastic.
I see why you like this.
It's real deep. This is deep music.
But it's like
why
I couldn't.
Are you still wearing clothes?
Yeah, but I couldn't really say shit because I would just play some pretty gay music myself and be, whatever.
Oh man, but yeah, so I'm glad you enjoyed it. Like this, I remember watching this movie when I was like 13 or 14, and like I was like, obviously there's the whole scene with Julie Strain, which I joked about, but for the most part, like I thought this was like a pretty solid movie for like an hour change fucking movie on Cinemax that you catch at like 9:30, 10 o'clock. It's probably even later than that. Probably like 11 o'clock.
You would
at
think
night.
this is like a Cinemax movie and get kind of, you would be like, oh, it's not, but then you get into it. Monster movie, a Skin of Monster movie.
Yeah, basically.
There you go. I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter. Even if I fucking hated this movie, like, it's fun to watch these movies with someone else, especially like another, film connoisseur such as yourself.
Aficionado.
Yeah.
As I hit my mic in loud noise.
And that's the thing. It's like
that's how I'm a professional, folks.
This is like John Carpenter and Kurt Russell whenever they do commentaries. It's like we barely talk about the actual movie. We're just talking about catty-cornered fridges.
Yeah, I mean, you and me are both fans of Paul Anderson, and if you've ever seen his commentary, he barely talks about the movie. He's like, yeah, I was like, snorting coke in the corner, and it's like.
Yeah, again, folks, fair use, man. I mean, you know, what do you want from me? And the other thing is, it's like Dark Hour. You're so stretched out, you know. So it's like I take you whenever I can get you.
Yeah. It's like I'm stretched out from like it mostly
multiple things.
Like, yeah, I got like multiple channels I'm trying to run right now.
You're not just a full-time YouTuber, you know.
No, I'm not. That's the thing is, I'm not a full-time. I'm a part-time YouTuber, part-time jiu-jitsu instructor, full-time slave to the AV industry.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, like